You want all my time spent with this vendor? Fine, I'll go spend all my time with this vendor. Several months ago, my boss started basically waving a promotion in front of my face. He was constantly having me do tasks above my title because you have to already be doing the job before you can get promoted into it to prove you can do it, and you doing this will make it easier for me to argue in favor of your promotion, and it was that kind of stuff constantly. A little bit of background to my job. There's two main components to what my department is. Let's call them a work and B work. People tend to specialize in one or the other. My whole career has been in A work. I love A work. It's where my experience is. And it's what I'm good at. While I have an understanding of B work, I'm not great at it and I don't at all enjoy it. We have a vendor we work with, and while the company does do A work, we hire them for their B work. We had mostly been using them for ad hoc projects, but my boss decided we were hiring them to consult for us full-time, and I was going to manage that team. He had more of a spiel about how me managing this team from this vendor is really going to look good when they promote me into an actual management position. I agreed under the condition that this vendor's work does not become my entire job, since I don't enjoy B work and don't think that's where I excel. But I understand you often have to do things in your job you don't love. It just can't be my whole job. He swore up and down it wouldn't be like that. So I start managing this team without a manager title, and I hate it. And close to immediately I started not being assigned a work projects I typically would, so that my entire focus can be on vendor. Any potential project he would give to someone else so I can spend more time with vendor. I had to keep reminding my boss our agreement, and he would act like we're on the same page but wouldn't stop doing it. So yes, about 80% of my job was B work and the other 20% was the least interesting type of a work. I started dreading coming into work. Hours drag by. I'm bored and burned out and don't feel like I'm making any kind of impact because, again, this isn't the area I'm good at. The only reason I was putting up with it is because I thought there was a light at the end of the tunnel. Anyway, one day I'm in my boss's office and he waves this hypothetical promotion in front of my face again. And I decide to ask him, okay, what's the plan there? He acts stunned, like this question was out of left field, and has no answer. There was never a plan. He hadn't once put any actual thought into a promotion for me. He actually started telling me it was impossible to promote me because right now our team only has 2 titles on it, mine and his. And I obviously can't be the same level as him. I remind him every other team has about 23 titles in between. And people constantly get promoted up that hierarchy. I had assumed that's what he kept implying was happening with me. He ended up at least telling me he tried to argue it with HR and they told him they won't create a new position. I don't know that I believe him. But regardless, I couldn't get past the thought of him basically intentionally lying to me for close to a year in order to trick me into doing work above my pay grade that really he should be doing, but I assume just doesn't want to. Even though the jig was up, he still kept pushing me to only be doing projects with vendor. So, since there was no more light at the end of the tunnel, I decided, you know what, you're right, I'm going to spend all of my time with vendor. I'm not spending enough time with vendor. Turns out vendor, a massive company, has a couple positions open for a work manager. And I had been spending so much time every day with a team of them. I had several good recommendations. And since I was using their platform all day every day, no other candidate is going to be coming in with as much specific vendor experience as me. Haven't told him yet, but I think he's starting to get suspicious. We are going to need some updates on this. It looks like he did give you the promotion after all. Just not in the same company. Good boss. S. Do not, under any circumstances, tell a soul where you will be going to work before you've actually started working there. Whether or not you have an enforceable employment agreement that prohibits you from going to work. For a vendor, nobody needs the headache and legal bills from dealing with a preliminary injunction preventing you from starting with the new company. Take the new position, then ask to be assigned as your company's contact with your old employer since you know their processes. Then smirk every time you see your old boss. Best of luck to you. Please update us. This is delicious malicious compliance. Let him be suspicious until the day you tell him you won't be back tomorrow. I really hope you move to this company. And as soon as you do get the position, you write an email to both your HR and boss to thank them so much for giving you the promotion you have been promised by said boss for over a year. Be sure to thank your boss in full name in every paragraph of the email. And be sure to BCC your personal email in it for record. You know what? Don't bother telling him. Not a single word. Take all of your time off. Vacation days, sick days, floating days, whatever. Take all of it. Give yourself a nice vacation. And simply don't go back. Congratulations on your new job. I hope you get the work job with the vendor soon and your idiot manager doesn't do anything to sabotage it. He is not to be trusted, and the sooner you are away from him, the better. Definitely time to apply for a job with that company smiley face. As well deserved and tempting as it is, I would highly recommend not rubbing it in his face. Some industries are much more closely knit than others, and even though HR may not know about something, managers might communicate directly. I'd hate to see his poor behavior cause you issues down the road. On that note, please do post your victory lap for us to live vicariously. He was constantly having me do tasks above my title because you have to already be doing the job before you can get promoted into it to prove you can do it, and you doing this will make it easier for me to argue in favor of your promotion, and it was that kind of stuff constantly. My work does that, but they're serious about it. When I am sitting in promotion boards, they legit ask if the candidates are already acting above their level. Remember to send him a thank you gift when you start your promotion. Until updated, this is missing Fallout. I agreed under the condition that this vendor's work does not become my entire job since I don't enjoy work and don't think that's where I excel. But I understand you often have to do things in your job you don't love. It just can't be my whole job. He swore up and down it wouldn't be like that. I've been fooled by this many times. When you get the job at the other company, make sure to thank your boss for pushing you to spend so much time with the vendor. It was instrumental in getting the job there. Keep us in the loop. Fallout, Fallout.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.